And what advice would you give to somebody so they don't go through a situation like this?
Stay the hell away from Kensington. Don't come down here think you're gonna get high one time and you'll be going home. You'll come down here, get high, and you'll never friggin' leave. That's this type of place. I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games. Like it's a constant fight where I want to do the right thing, but the drugs get a hold of you where you just can't. You just can't.
Hey, who am I talking to today?
My name is Sarah Nichols.
Sarah, how you feeling today, Sarah?
Good, pretty good.
Tell us your name, how old you are, and where you from.
My name is Sarah Nichols. My birthday's 7/11/84, just passed, and I am from Bucks County.
Okay, Bucks County, and you're currently in Philadelphia, right?
Yes.
And what's your current situation?
I'm homeless right now.
Okay, and how long that's been going on?
Probably going on 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. And what's that been like for you, Sarah?
A roller coaster. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes it's really bad.
Okay. How did it come about initially?
I met a guy down here, started coming down here, seeing him. My dad passed away, so I kind of just never went back.
Okay, and by down here, we are currently in Kensington, Philadelphia.
Yes.
So when you say down here, you're referring to Kensington. So you've been down here in Kensington the whole 3 years?
Yes.
Okay, what's that been like?
The craziest things and times I've ever had in my entire life. The things down here that go on and the things you see and hear and makes you a different person. Let's say that.
Okay, what's some of the craziest things you've experienced down here?
I've seen people held at gunpoint. I've seen people get robbed. I've seen people get beaten almost pretty much to death. I've seen people put giant washers on shopping carts and wheel them around and get money for that. I've seen prostitutes, drug addicts, children late at night. This city is a different breed of people and things that go on here. You know, like they say, Las Vegas, this is like Philadelphia, Las Vegas. I mean, it's rough. You gotta be built for this shit down here. You really do, or you will not make it at all. Not at all.
Okay, and what's been the hardest part of being out here for you?
Probably being homeless, not having a house, not having like somewhere to go to the bathroom. I mean, because that's just crazy in itself. People just go to the bathroom wherever they want down here. It's like they were raised in barns or something. They forget all their rules, morals, and everything else goes out the window, which for some reason I don't understand why. I'm somebody who likes to keep up on my hygiene and my appearance, the way I look, and people down here just don't care or could care less. And I still don't care how many drugs I do, I would still never ever end up like that or just shit in the street.
Okay. Take me back, Sarah. What was your childhood like growing up? You said Bucks County, right?
Yes.
What was growing up like for you?
Growing up was good. I was probably spoiled rotten. My dad worked for a very, very wealthy person. Hold on one sec. Can I say that? Can I say their name on here?
You can. You don't have to. You can. Okay. I mean, it's up to you.
My dad worked for Bob Toll Brothers. So we got to fly in his jet, drive their cars. I grew up on their estate. I mean, I've seen it all. I've been up and down the East Coast 50 million times, West Coast 50 million times, Jamaica. We went on 3-4 vacations a year. We had money. Yeah. And if we didn't, my dad didn't have the money, he asked for the money and got the money. My dad's thing was you can't buy memories, so. that was how I was raised.
Okay, and when did you start using drugs?
I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. I started smoking pot. My parents always smoked pot, and I know they did coke, but they were functioning addicts. My mom had her own business. My dad worked for them. I mean, they never, it was like they didn't have a drug problem. They smoked pot before, during, and after every event. So when I went to DARE class in school, and the cops said to us, if you know anybody who does drugs or smokes pot, and I'm thinking, oh my God, my parents are going to jail. You know what I mean? But back then, pot wasn't, everybody smoked pot, and now it's legal, so. But it was really crazy to hear somebody say that and think my parents were going to jail, but they functioned. So I mostly learned how to function and be an addict.
And what became your drug of choice? Or what drugs are you typically using?
Well, when I was younger, I drank. I used everything under the sun except for dope, crack, and ice and coke. I didn't do those hardcore drugs until my late 20s. Like my early teens, early teens, I used a lot of acid and pills and Xanax and stuff like that. My mom always got high with us. My dad never did. He frowned upon that until you were 18 anyway. But yeah, my mom always got high with us. She would call your parents and say you were staying over, everything was fine, and then, you know, hand you a joint and give you a bottle. That's just the way she was. In a way it was great, in a way it wasn't. But my drug of choice became later on heroin. Mostly heroin, yes.
Okay, and do you believe drugs played a part in you becoming homeless?
Oh, most definitely.
How so?
Because I did too many drugs and didn't pay attention to what I was supposed to be handling, like the bills and, you know, things like that, and I slowly forgot about all those, and they just kept piling up, and then I didn't have a place to live. And once you get so far behind, then you try to get one step forward. It just doesn't work that way. Then you need help. And then people don't want to help you because you're on drugs, but they say they're going to help you, but then they really don't. So it's like the support's there, but it's not there. And then, you know, your family calls you the black sheep and this, that, and the third, like they never did a drug. And, you know, but everybody's addicted to something, whether it's sex, drugs, money, alcohol, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Food. So you're addicted to something. Gambling, your phone, TV. Everybody has a habit of some sort.
Okay, so now you're out here. It's been 3 years. What have you done to try to get out of this situation, or have you just been content the whole 3 years?
No, I've tried to get out of I've signed up for housing. I've tried most of the resources around here. The first time this was crazy. The first time I signed up for housing, I went to this place called Prevention Point, where they give out syringes, and they you know, have case management where they help you do pretty much whatever you need them to do, medical, whatever. But long story short, they were signing people up for housing, but it was the housing people were doing a lottery. So they put you in, signed you up for housing, but it was like a lottery. They picked a bunch of numbers, and if you were one of those numbers, then you got housing. That I didn't understand. That made no sense to me. So at that point I didn't get housing. So after that I was so pissed off I didn't try for a while. But I guess maybe 8 months ago I signed back up again, and I've been doing the check-ins and everything like that. And they said the longest they could take now is a year. And I figured, hell, what's one more year out here if I've already done 3? It should be easy. So that's where I'm at right now.
What's a regular day like for you?
Hustling. I hustle. I probably out hustle 90% of Kensington. I somehow, either God or the universe gives me what I need, and maybe because I share everything I get, and I'm probably a good person, and you know, help a lot of people out. I find a lot of stuff in Center City brand new shoes, clothes. People throw out the craziest stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. Just brand new stuff that I find, bring back, sell, and that's what I do all day long.
Okay.
Till nighttime comes, and then I'm in the house for 5 or 6 hours. I sleep, eat, and then get up and do it again.
Okay, so hustling is, basically how you get by day to day. What's a typical day like? Like, how much do you typically make in a day? Like you would say,
maybe $100, $200 a day on a good day.
Okay.
Depending on what I find, or what I mean. It depends. Every day's different. You don't know what you're gonna find or what you're gonna get, or it's gotten really bad down here with everybody stealing from each other. I don't know if people have gotten lazy or what it is. There's a lot of new people down here, and they just don't know what's going on, and they're boosting, and they're bringing back this stuff and not realizing it could easily just be taken from you. Like, you can't just go walking around like, I got this, I got that. Somebody will take it from you. So you have to hustle your way around with your stuff too, so that you don't get robbed. So that's a whole nother part too. But usually, I get by every day. I don't have to do the tricking. I've never sold my body for sex. I never would. I manage. And I like doing it. It's fun. And I probably walk from 34th Street back to here at least twice a day. So I get my exercise in too.
Got you. Man, that's something, man, because most of the women out here, they sell their bodies to get high.
Can't do it.
What has kept you from going down that path?
Well, first of all, when years ago when I was coming down here, when I wasn't too into the drugs, the first scare I had down here was that Kensington strangler. No, you're not going to strangle me on any street. Not down here. I'm not that dumb. And when I was in my 20s, I was kidnapped and held hostage and sold to a pimp in Las Vegas, Nevada. When I came home, I weighed 85 pounds. My dad's boss had to call the senator of Nevada to get me home. So after that, I won't get in anybody's car for any amount of money. I don't care what you have to offer me. It's not happening. Just not happening. So I guess fear helps a lot.
You mentioned making, $100 a day. There's some people that don't work. There's some people that work that don't make that money in a day if they add it up. Yours is tax-free. And but no, so some people see my videos, and people will be in the comments, they'll say, oh, they should just get a job, or they should do this.
Well, they also don't have an addiction that is physical. It's not a mental addiction, it's literally physical. So if I don't have what I need in the morning to go to work, I'm not going to work until I get what I need to go to work. And a lot of people who would go to work and have what they need, they're not going to be able to function with a job. These drugs, this trank, that shit, some of these bags put you on your ass. As you can tell, you've seen some of these videos of Kensington and this and that, those live feed cameras. Take a look. Most of people are half bent every day. I'm just not really that type. To me, is very sloppy and stupid, and you're asking to get robbed and raped, and I've heard a lot of fucked up things happen to people who are just out completely. A lot of women get raped and they don't even know it. But yeah, I couldn't function doing a job because I would have to go and get what I need. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't make it to work. It wouldn't even be worth getting a job. So I'm waiting to get housing so that I can go to rehab. Because what's the point of going to rehab if I have to go back to Kensington? That would be stupid. Then I'm just going to get high again. But if I get my housing, then I can go back to my house where I'm not getting high. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Got you. And what would you?
One more year.
Shoot. What would you say to anybody that don't know what you go through being out here?
Check some of these interviews out. For sure. Don't judge. I'm sure you've got some skeletons in your closet. I mean, if you don't, maybe you might want to experience Kensington. I mean, everybody's got a past, and some people are suffering in their own addictions from losing children, parents. You don't know what somebody's going through, so don't judge.
All right, and what advice would you give to somebody so they don't go through a situation like this?
Stay the hell away from Kensington. Don't come down here and think you're going to get high one time and you'll be going home. You'll come down here, get high, and you'll never friggin' leave. That's this type of place. I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games. Like it's a constant fight where I want to do the right thing, but the drugs get a hold of you where you just can't. You just can't.
All right, and what would you like anybody to know about Sarah as a person?
Come meet me, say hi. Come down and see me. Give me $1. Maybe if 100 people come, I'll have $100. I won't have to do anything all day long. Now I'm a good person. I'm a real person. I'm gonna keep it real with you. No bullshit here, so that's just the way it goes. It's the way I've always been.
All right,
thank
Sarah. Hey, any last words? Oh, if anybody wanted to reach you, contact you, donate, is there a way people can get in touch with you?
I don't have a email or anything like that.
Okay.
So maybe
All right.
through you?
Hey man, you can always leave.
You got an email?
Absolutely. They know all my stuff is pinned. You know, somebody want to donate, they can say it's for Sarah. I'll make sure I get it to you, or you know, however, you can check the comments. I'll let you know who's reaching out, whatever. But thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for your time, Sarah.
No, thank you.
I appreciate you. Stay safe out here and get on out of this, man.
I will.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.